one thing that coaching can provide, that sort of check-in that we all need. And as women, we have not made ourselves a priority, right? We've taken care of everybody else, and these things that we want to accomplish, these goals, these dreams, these aspirations, we always put on the back burner. And so I want to encourage you, if you have some things that you have wanted to accomplish, get a coach, because not only can they help you with the skill, the strategies, the mindset, but also the accountability is significant. I know that I never am without a coach because I want to grow and expand my life in many ways, and coaching helps me do that. Hello, I'm Debbie Shadid, the host of the Life Coach Business Building Podcast. If you are ready to have more clients in your life coach business, then you're in the right spot. Each week, I'm going to teach you super simple strategies to grow your business without feeling overwhelmed and without spending money on paid ads. Now, if that sounds interesting, stick around and let's get started. Welcome to the Life Coach Business Building Podcast. Today, we are going to be talking again about the summit, and I'm going to introduce you to three of my speakers that are here. But I want to talk just a little bit to you about what this summit is all about. I know that you are a coach who is growing your business because you're listening to this podcast. And let me tell you why I did the summit and what the benefit is for my clients that are participating in this summit. So the first thing is that I know that all of you guys have the same question, which is, where do I find my people? And how do I get in front of people? How do I grow my email list? And through the Business Building Boutique, I help people with all of those steps. It doesn't matter whether you've already got a website, already have customers, or you have nothing and you come to me. I help you get all of your marketing in order, create your offers, your pricing, all of those things. But ultimately, it comes down to you, the coach, needing to be in front of more people. So I advocate not spending money on ads until you reach $100,000. And that is because you need to learn your business. And that takes time. So you learn your business by practicing and talking to people, having more conversations, through doing workshops like I do, through doing networking. And then at some point, and I have this $100,000 mark, you can turn on ads once you know things are really working. So one of the problems that I wanted to solve for my clients was, how do I get them in front of more people? And how do I grow their email list? And this summit is solving that for them. The second problem that I feel like my clients, and that you guys listening to have as well, is that people don't understand coaching. I think it is still such an unknown area that people have their own thoughts about. Like if you say I'm a life coach, I know that you've experienced this. Some people are like, oh yeah, you're the lady that helps me reach my goal. Or, oh, I know somebody who, they worked with a life coach. I want to help you guys create a professional presence in the marketplace. And we do that by educating people. The summit is for women who want to have their best year in 2023. So we want to educate these women, just give them a taste of what coaching would look like, what a coach can do for them. And so my opinion is that coaching is priceless. And everybody that I know that comes to coaching, after they've hired a coach, what they say is, oh my gosh, I should have done it sooner. Like I didn't know, or I wish everybody knew about this. So I think as coaches, we have a lot of opportunity to educate people about how remarkable coaching is. So that is the second part that the summit is doing, is that it is helping my coaches get in front of women to really be able to teach them something. And then, of course, hopefully get those women to see the value in coaching and to buy coaching. So that's a little bit more about that. I want to say that if you are listening to this podcast, I know that you're in the same situation. You need people in your world, your family members, your friends, people on your email list to really understand coaching. So I want to invite you to invite them to come to the Design, Live, Thrive Summit. You can get the link for registration in the show notes, or you can just remember to go to designlivethrive.com. and send that link to your friends, family, post it on your Facebook page or Instagram page, and ask people to come. It's free. It's 2 days of coaching. honestly, you guys, it is expert coaching, really incredible topics. We're going to talk to these ladies about what they're coaching on, but we have got everything covered. We've got helping your teens to helping your elderly family. We're talking about overwhelm and anxiety and health and gosh, restarting your life at midlife, like redesigning a life. There's so many things that we're covering in this summit. So I know that that would benefit your coaching business as well if you have people in your world attend. All right. I want to introduce you to the ladies that are speaking at the summit. Again, it's January 13th and 14th, designlivethrive.com. All right. I'm going to start with you, Kim. Will you introduce yourself? Tell us who you coach and a little bit about you.
Yeah, so thank you for having me, Debbie. I am Kim Severson. I am an advanced certified weight loss and mindset coach, specifically for women who love food. So I help women end chronic restrictive dieting and lose weight while eating all the foods they love, which is such an honor for me because I came to coaching as one of those women. I had tried every restrictive diet under the sun. Nothing worked for me. It wasn't until I found coaching and realized that the problem was never the food. The problem was always my mindset, my approach to food, my lack of understanding about my body's cues. And once I learned all of those things, everything changed for me. So I am just honored to be able to bring that to women now.
Yeah, I think this is a perfect example of a niche. When I met Kim and she was explaining to me about women who like food, I was like, yeah. Well, I mean, everybody wants to eat macaroni and cheese. She was like, oh, no, not macaroni and cheese. You really are talking about quality, delicious, yummy food. So it's very interesting how you can create a niche and you really specifically speak to, in your marketing, in your training, in your education, to a woman like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So pretty cool.
Yeah. And it's amazing to be able to share with women that they don't have to give any of that up, that they can still have that part of their life, which for me was a passion. It's a hobby. It's something I think about a lot. And you can keep that and keep your goals at the same time.
Yeah. And I know you're a good cook because I heard what you made for the holidays. And I heard your family really wanted to eat it. They were requesting it. So anyway. All right, Sue, will you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yes, thank you. I am Sue Christensen. I'm an advanced certified weight and life coach with a passion for holistic health and wellness. I work with women in all aspects of their wellness to create the energy and the confidence and the health to really live their best lives.
So good. And I know that you're crazy about fitness and you love people to not only eat well, but also to take care of their body. You know, you said holistic, everything about their body, you want their health to improve. So,
yes,
all right.
Body, mind, and soul.
Yeah, that's amazing. Greta, introduce yourself and tell us what you do because I love your niche too.
Thanks, Debbie. I'm Greta Orison. I am a certified life coach, and I am passionate about helping women who are spinning in overwhelm and probably doing a lot of overthinking get out of their heads and back into an amazing life. I came to life coaching as a really frazzled professional and mom and wife. I'm a little bit of an introvert, and it was just too much. Coaching really helped me end overwhelm in my life, and my experience in my life is so much richer and so much better than it was before. I really like to focus on how life feels to you inside of yourself rather than focusing on things that are happening outside of you. So I'm really excited to share the truth about overwhelm and how women can start fixing that.
You know, this is so awesome because it's the first of the year. We happen to be recording this on New Year's Eve. And so we know tomorrow that everybody is going to start the day ready to conquer the year, ready with new goals, which I love. I mean, I too have goals and have really thought about what I want to accomplish. There is something magical about the start of the year. But you guys, the three of you, are really going to be talking about at the summit things that people need to understand to, number one, not just lose weight, because practically every female has some kind of weight loss goal that they're finally going to do it. And by the way, until you know what Sue and Kim have to tell you, about your health and your mindset around that, you're going to fail at another diet. I really mean that sincerely, because you're missing one part of it, which is the part that they will help you with. So, and Greta, for you, what keeps people moving forward is the ability to be able to make decisions. And when you're overthinking, you're just stuck.
Yeah. When people would ask me, like, I always dreaded that question, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I was like, dude, I'm trying to get to the end of the week. Like, I couldn't think like that far out because I was so overwhelmed with just day to day. So I wasn't really a goal focused person. But what I've noticed is now that I understand how to manage things that might be overwhelming to me, I do have goals and I'm much more future focused now because I'm not in survival mode so much.
Oh my gosh, I think that so many women, and I will include myself in this category, just thought that being anxious and stressed and overwhelmed was just part of what every day should be. Now, I'll speak for myself and say I haven't mastered that, but the beauty of life coaching is that you have this awareness now to know that I could actually think about this differently, and this definitely would change the way that I feel. So yeah, that's good conversation there about overthinking and indecision. All right, what else do you guys want to share? Kim, let's start with you about your talk and kind of what you hope people will really take away from the summit talk that you are giving.
Yeah. So the subject of my talk is why restrictive diets fail and 3 simple steps to stop overeating. And I think that goes to exactly what you said, right? Like, this is the time of year where everybody's searching for the next new diet, the next quick fix or fad to undo, whatever indulgences happened over the last month or so. But, you can start a million different diets, but you take your brain with you. And unless you fix the root cause of the issue, which is individual to different people, but it all goes back to your thoughts, your feelings, right? Those are the things that are driving our actions. And we have to create awareness around those to be able to change them. So that's what coaching brings to people. But in my talk, I really want to talk about why those restrictive diets that we've all been seeking out, that we've all been using, fail so often, because there's an actual biological reason behind that. And then what you can do instead. And it's so much simpler than you think.
Oh my gosh. I love the idea of simple and also easier, right? Easier than you expected it to be. So most of the women that I work with and that you guys have as clients are also seeking accountability. Now, maybe they're not specifically coming and saying that. And I don't think seeking accountability is a weakness. Sometimes people say, well, I don't have to have accountability. You act like I can't do it on my own. And that's not what I'm saying. But a lot of people want accountability. And that's one thing that coaching can provide is, that sort of check-in that we all need. And as women, we have not made ourselves a priority, right? We've taken care of everybody else and these things that we want to accomplish, these goals, these dreams, these aspirations, we always put on the back burner. And so I want to encourage you, if you have some things that you have wanted to accomplish, get a coach, because not only can they help you with the skill, the strategies, the mindset, but also the accountability is significant. I know that I never am without a coach because I want to grow and expand my life in many ways, and coaching helps me do that. So, all right, Sue, how about you? You want to talk about your talk?
Yes, I would love to. My talk is about loving the body you're in so that you can enjoy your life now. So many women, myself included, I have done this in the past, put off really living your life until your body's a different size, until you feel better in your clothes. And you know what? We miss out on so much. I have missed out on so much in my past, and I know all of the women I have ever met have done the same in one aspect or another. And I just want us all to live our best lives starting today. And I'm going to teach women how they can begin to feel more confident in their body right now, before they lose any weight, before they change it at all, and how to just get out there and do the thing they want to do.
I have thought many times, I wish we knew how many hours a day a woman spends obsessing about her body, what she has on, thinking about the bulge here or there, or how her arms look in a dress, or what her neck looks like, or what she's going to eat, or just the amount of energy that is used thinking about your body and what it looks like, or food, and saying that you don't love what you're looking at. It's the same thing you're talking about, Sue.
And I have had a lot of my clients, and I've tracked it myself. You take a day and you track how many times that thought comes up, how many times you say something out loud. And it is shocking and so sad that this is how we're spending our time. We're missing out on quality relationships. We're missing out on really being in the moment because we can't stop thinking about how we look.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I can't imagine trying to count that all day long, honestly.
It's a full-time job. Mm-hmm.
It would be because, just even being on Zoom, you're looking at yourself as we're all talking on Zoom, and we're thinking about ourselves, how we look. So, wow. I do want to mention at the summit, at the end of day 1, at the end of day 2, we do have 1 hour of open coaching. So whatever coaches teach on Friday or teach on Saturday will come back at the end of the day, and you as an attendee can come and get coached on anything. So if you have questions for any of these ladies or any of the other speakers, or you need to be coached about something, then I also want to encourage you to come to the open coaching that we're going to be offering. All right, Greta, let's hear about your talk.
So my talk is the truth about overwhelm and how to fix it. So I went decades and decades not understanding, like when these ladies, and you have mentioned something about changing your thoughts. It's like, okay, either that sounds really easy, or how is that possible? Like my brain just gives me thoughts. I'm not driving my thoughts. They're just occurring to me, right? But what I've learned about overwhelm is that it really is about what you're thinking. And so I'm going to give women some concrete strategies for understanding and combating that. One of the interesting things that I love and am perplexed by as a coach, as soon as you start focusing on something like overwhelm. So the other day I had, the ladies came and cleaned my house for me, which I greatly appreciate every 2 weeks. And I love being in my house for about 27 minutes, which is the time in which they had cleaned, people came home, I went upstairs, and it was like wild animals had opened mail and left wrappers on places and thrown the pillows back off the couch. And I felt it in me, old me, oh my God, why did I just spend this money? Why can't you enjoy this house the way it is? I need to clean this up. Oh, and wait, now I'm wrong because I'm going to speak to people about overwhelm. And here I am losing my mind. But in 1 microsecond, I was just like, nope, not going to do that. That's what I would have done in the past. So you would take a small instance and blow it up into an overwhelming event by what you're thinking in your mind. And this time I was just like, of course, that's what they do. But it sounds a lot easier than it is, and it takes time. But I just love the way that you have a continual opportunity to up-level your life, and you might not even realize how quickly it happens, and yet how often you have to just keep exercising those muscles.
Yeah, I think that when you hear about something like this, you think, oh, I can just change my thought. And I just want to say, no, there's this car that has a track. It's made ruts in your brain. It's going the same direction all the time around the track, thinking the same thought that is on autopilot. Just like we said, every time you look in the mirror, you put something on, or you walk past a mirror, or, like you said, Greta, the reaction that you have, or the anxiety that you have about going to work on Monday morning, something like that. Those are thoughts that are very, very hard to break. And that, again, is why you need coaching to help you correct those thoughts.
Yeah. And sometimes my clients, they also alternatively can get results very, very quickly.
Yeah.
So I was coaching a professional who was sitting in their car, dreading going into work, giving themselves a pep talk about going into work because things were becoming so difficult. And of course, it was just a lot of the thinking around it. But within 1 or 2 weeks of getting coached and looking at what's happening in your mind. Because really, how often do we have 45 minutes or an hour where we get to talk just about what's happening for us? It is such an amazing space and an honor to coach people because the attention is 100% on them. And where else do you really get that? I haven't found that experience very often in my life. And I think people really find a lot of value in it. And when you have that intense focus, things can also happen very quickly in a positive way.
Yeah. And I'm sure, again, these are coaches that are listening to the podcast. So we're kind of like singing to the choir. Is that what they say? They already know about coaching, but it's always so good if you're not coaching on any of these niches to really be able to think about and consider it. And we know that coaches buy coaching. So I'm sure that some of you guys listening to this podcast are thinking, I need to hire that person, for what I have going on. So I also want to talk just briefly about what the experience is for you or has been as you have told people about being a life coach and about your business and about what the response has been to people. Because one of the reasons that I was hoping was to get you seen as an expert in your area. So do one of you guys want to talk about kind of what people thought about you becoming a life coach and how that shifted?
Yeah, so I have been doing this for quite some time. And a lot of family and friends, they're just like, oh, that's fun. She likes healthy lifestyle and she talks to people about it. And they all think I'm a fitness trainer teaching exercise classes or giving out diets to people, and when the summit came up and they saw that I was going to be a speaker, they became interested and suddenly thought, wow, this is something. I think there is more to what she does than just teaching people how to eat and exercise. And so it really brought up a lot of questions, a lot of interest, a lot of, I need that. Can you help me too? Or my daughter needs you, my friend needs you. Just a whole lot of interest into what life coaching actually does. And when people see how you have changed in your life, they want to know how you've done it, right? And even though I may have been telling them all along, it was life coaching that got me to where I'm at, to this beautiful, amazing life that I'm living right now, they need to hear it over and over and over again and kind of get a taste of what it's like to see that it is possible for them too. And it is a real thing.
Yeah. You guys have heard me share the story about me getting certified. And I've always been a business coach, but I did a life coach certification kind of just for fun. And of course, it wasn't just for fun. We're all life coach school certified and it was hard work. So once I got certified, then my daughter, who was getting her doctorate as a nurse practitioner, kept saying, Mom, you're so different. And I thought I was lovely all the time anyway. So I was thinking, what is she talking about? And because of what she saw in me, she went and got a certification from the life coach school. That's the impact really of coaching and how it changes who you are. And that's what happened for me. It really changed me enough that my daughter now is certified and has no intention really of being a coach, but the value it brings to her marriage, to her parenting, to the way she interacts with her patients at work is really something. All right, Kim, tell me what else you think women need to know about coaching.
Yeah, I think until you've experienced coaching yourself, it's kind of hard to wrap your brain around exactly what it is and exactly what happens in coaching and why it's so impactful. And that was certainly my experience when I came to coaching. I came to coaching through a weight loss program. I thought I was just going to lose some weight. I didn't really know exactly what was going to happen. And once I got in there, I was like, oh, yes, I am losing weight, but the mindset work that I'm doing reverberates out to the rest of my life, to my family, to my relationships, to my career. And so that's why I think the summit is such an amazing opportunity for people to be like, okay, well, let's get a taste of this and all the amazing things that coaching can do in your life and the lives of the people around you. The summit will give people so much exposure to what's possible.
Yeah. Oh, well said.
Can I add that I think one of the wonderful benefits of having the summit is, for example, Kim may have friends or relatives who aren't interested in weight loss or don't need that benefit, but they might come to the summit because they know Kim, and then they'll hear from other coaches that may be talking about things that are relevant for them. So I think it's a great opportunity for people to hear the broad range of coaching and kind of coaching topics or emphasis that people have. And I think that's really exciting.
Yes, ladies, there are going to be coaches from many other certifications. I do not just coach coaches from the school that I went to, the Life Coach School. There are many other certifications represented, and that is a totally different kind of coaching. And it is fascinating to learn from other coaches. So even life coaches are going to learn some things. There's a coach that's going to be talking about finding inner peace. We have a coach that is going to be talking about holistic approaches to managing anxiety through breath work, through, lots of things that I am interested in really learning about. We've got somebody that's going to come in and talk about Enneagrams. I know a lot of you guys are interested in those right now, and I know I'm interested in it too. So it really is about Enneagram and how you can use that to support relationships in your family. Also, this taking care of elderly loved ones. Erin Thompson is going to be talking about that. I think all of us that are here, and I think that will be attending this summit, could unexpectedly find themselves in a position where they are taking care of a family member, because we're kind of all in that middle age where there are loved ones that are aging and they need our support. So many things, you guys, and so many perspectives. Just really, really grateful to have you guys here, to have you guys speaking. Super excited to hear what you have to say. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Make sure that you go register designlivethrive.com and make sure that you attend. All right, you guys, then put into practice. These ladies are going to be teaching you. Everybody, every single speaker will give you a takeaway that will be very useful for your life, that will help you really be able to create that best year in 2023. I know I'm going to go for it. So thank you so much, Kim, Sue, Greta. Cannot wait till January 13th and 14th to spend my day with you guys. All right. Happy New Year. We'll see y'all very soon. Bye-bye. Okay, ladies, that is it for today. Before we go, I want to invite you to head over to debbieshada.com. I have this incredible Canva training specifically designed for life coaches, where I'm going to teach you how to use Canva to create beautiful graphics to market your life coaching business. All right, have an amazing week. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.